Hello and welcome. My name is Zafar Iqbal and you are watching the Mojo Story. The Committee on Tribal Unity, a Kuki group in Manipur, has called for an emergency shutdown. It protests against the killing of two individuals recently in an incident in Manipur's Kangpokpi district. Now, these two individuals have been identified as Henminlen Vaiphei, a sixth IRP personnel, and his driver. Now, according to the Committee on Tribal Unity, which is a Kuki group, Meitei insurgents ambushed Kuki village, leading to the deaths. The situation has added to the ongoing ethnic violence between Meitei and Kuki communities in Manipur. Remember, the state has been on a boil for several months now. Many people have been killed, still others have been displaced. To discuss this, we're joined by Lan Chonglai. He joins us. Welcome to the show, sir. He's a Kuki NP. Hangsam basically looks after the information. Welcome to Mojo Story. Can you tell us something about this recent incident, the two individuals that have been killed, and that has led to a reaction and a call for shutdown?
Jafar, this is not the first time. The road which connects Kangpokpi district and Churchanpur, this has been converted into a road to hell. I mean, a lot of our people have been ambushed, killed on this road. I mean, as you know, the roads, the infrastructure, the injustice setting into the system is hugely, visible by what happens on that road. I mean, if you have to go from Kangpokpi to Churchanpur,
Yeah.
if you go through this thing, Mizoram, it takes so many days. So people find an alternate route from Kangpokpi to Churchanpur through that road, which connects the two districts to the hills. But then
Right.
our Meitei neighbors have used this road as an ambush point, and they've been killing not only these two persons. Now they have killed a government official, but they have killed two women, two more men, and before that also they have killed three other men. So this has been converted into, you know, a killing road. So this is simply,
Right.
unacceptable. I mean, people, if they have to fight, they can fight, but it is pure, simple cowardice to attack people while they're traveling on the road.
But
So the
do you have credible evidence to point out that this was carried out by the Meitei insurgents? And also, how is this 48-hour shutdown call going to help on the ground? People will, of course, be again restricted, and that's not going to ease their problems either.
see, Zafar, if you ask me for proof, it's so obvious that Nagas and the Kukis will not kill those two policemen, right? They are in the IRB, which is a part of the government, security forces. And people who shoot at the security forces are basically the Meiteis. And I think they have identified these two persons without knowing them that if they travel by this road, they are Kukis, Kukis people. So it's a pure case of, genocide. I mean, if you belong to that community to which I belong, the Kuki Zo community, you're dead when you die. I mean, either they find you in Infal roads, either you find
Uh,
you in you in a road which connects Churchanpur and Kangpokpi, you're fair game. You're being targeted, whether you are a policeman, whether you're a normal man, whether you're a woman. So I don't know what we should do about this road. I mean, government of India should probably, station security forces. At least people should be allowed to travel between these two roads, right? These two districts.
so you mean to say that this road is not Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Can't hear you. Just give me a second. Okay, I just give me 1 minute. I
Yeah.
think can't hear you there.
No, Okay, we seem to have some problem with the internet there, but there has been a fresh incident in Manipur. Two individuals have been killed. Now, Kuki groups blame it on Meitei insurgents that they are responsible for the killing of these two people, and they have given an emergency shutdown call for 48 hours. Now, we're joined by a Kuki spokesperson, a Kuki leader who is who will be joining us again in a short while from now. We lost him briefly. He's come back. I was just wondering and asking you that security remains a big challenge. Lot has been done to improve the security, but the security remains a big challenge. Shouldn't there be a pointed concern about security rather than a shutdown call? A 48-hour shutdown call. How is that going to help the situation on the ground? That's what I was asking. I was saying that security is a paramount challenge, and perhaps more need to be done to improve the security, particularly on this road, which you say there have been incidents in the past also.
See, Jafar, the whole idea of calling the shutdown is to ensure that the government hears their cry. The cry is for security. Nobody is against the fact that there should be security on those roads. They're actually demanding for security. The
Yeah,
point being, the cookies are not there to kill the Meiteis.
yeah,
Now, whenever a cookie travels between that road, if I can count correctly, there's been
yeah,
almost close to 10 people being shot there, ambushed on that
yeah,
road. So
yeah,
the government of India, they don't have to call a shutdown of 48 hours. The government of India should have sumoto taken care of this case. Now, I wonder what kind of country we're living in. There's one set of rules, one set of law for the people in the plane. They're the same Manipuri, and for the cookies, the law seems to be different. When a cookie dies, even if he's a part
yeah,
of the government machinery, the chief minister doesn't even condole the death.
yeah.
Now, even when the case of an SDPO being shot in Murray, he was compensated. The state had a cabinet meeting. So it's a clear case of discrimination, right?
Right. I was focusing on the security.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Recently,
about.
recently, General Kalita, who is the army commander of the Eastern Command, has said that until and unless there is recovery of 4,000 firearms that have been looted, situation will not normalize. Would you agree to that?
Completely. I mean, the cookies have always stood for peace and also for disarmament.
Yeah,
The 4,000, now he said 44,000, but the actual looted was 6,000. They said some of the looted weapons have been recovered. But the point being, the cookies don't go down to the valley to shoot at the Meiteis. It is the cookies are
yeah,
being killed on the roads. And then from the valley, the attack comes from the valley. That is a very clear case, and the army is in know of things. And the government of India will know that the attack comes from the valley. The cookies don't want to kill the Meiteis. But why is it the other way around? What have we done that they hate us so much? That is the answer that they should give. We've been neighbors, we've been friends. What is the government of India doing at this stage? I mean, it has been more than 6 months, going to be 7 months. Now, the looted weapons, which are some of the most sophisticated weapons in the country, are with the general public, the valley public. Now, the narrative seems to be like the cookies have all the sophisticated weapons. How can that be true when you loot the best arms and ammunition that you can get from a government, armory? That is with sadly with the Meiteis. So whenever they want, they can ambush us, they can kill us. And as far as I heard,
no, there are allegations from both sides, but I want to
whenever they
ask
come to
that
attack the villages,
there are allegations from both sides.
since the
It's not
ammunition
only
are
one
free, it's
community or
free.
one side that is at the receiving end of those allegations. There are equally strong allegations
I
from the other
agree.
side.
I agree.
But I want to
Allegations come
ask.
from both sides.
I want to touch upon a larger point. The Lieutenant General Kalita also said that reportedly that it's a political solution has to be evolved. What is the problem? Why isn't a political solution found? What's the problem between the elders and the senior members and leaders of the two communities to sit together and to find a solution for this simmering problem which is going on for so many months? So many people have been killed, thousands have been displaced. Isn't the way
Jafar,
out to put this down?
See, Zafar, we have always stood for a peaceful Manipur where every Manipuri would have the same rights and where our rights as well as that of Manipur and be a part of the same Manipur. But the moment you attack, a segment of your population and the people who are supposed to stand for truth are the ones declaring war on the Chin cookies in the name of a wordplay called narco terrorists, which is untrue. Now, Kokomi is a committee for integrity of Manipur, right? And then the Mirapaivis are our mothers who used to have the command the respect of all sections of Manipuri. Now, in this situation, they have become part of the problem. Now, on the cookie side, we have never rejected peace, but the fact that peace cannot come at the expense of justice. You kill us, you rape us, that you talk peace in the name of shouting, in the name of for the name's sake, right? Just saying peace for the sake of peace. That doesn't work. But then we have never rejected peace. But peace has to come in the right manner. That is all we are saying.
You spoke about the problem that people are facing. It's been months now. Now, according to a recent report, the state government has informed the Supreme Court that a dedicated bank account has been credited with 5 crore for compensating women survivors of sexual assault and other crimes. Since the eruption of the violence, we've seen that people on the ground are suffering, women, children, young and old. So, when is this cycle of violence going to end? That's the larger question. There may be some efforts by the security agencies to bring peace on the ground. The government may, set aside money for the women survivors of sexual assault, but ultimately there has to be a reconciliation. We have to go back to the root of the problem and find a solution. That when can that solution be, or is it going to continue like this for many more months, and so that more damage are caused and more people get affected? Isn't the time right for members of the communities, rather than indulging in a blame game and blaming each other, coming together, at least agree on those things which are common, which where there is no disagreement, and start from there and then go perhaps to the bigger issues?
Jafar, let me put it very clearly. Have you heard any of the cookie organizations call for genocide or killing of the meiteis in a public rally? We have always talked about defending our land and defending our lives. But if you see at the rallies in Imphal, it is cookie hard law, means kill cookies. If you kill 20 cookies, you can have fish curry. If you kill less, it's dal for you. There is a blatant, open call for genocide in Imphal. That has to stop. The Kokomi has to take away the declaration of a national Meitei national war on Chin Kuki, and they just added the word narco terrorists. You know who the real narco terrorists are? They also know it. It comes from Myanmar, and Myanmar, who's there? They know it. It's not the cookies. The cookies are all signing the peace treaty, and they're in India. Who's there? The undergrounds who are there in Myanmar, they know it. It's from their community, right? So we are always ready to talk in the real sense, but not to be fooled again and again. From history to our days of our forefathers, we have been their protectors. And how is that they took it out on us? These are some things they have to answer. We're always open to a
Right.
negotiation,
and
but
and
not
how,
negotiation
according to
for the sake of negotiation.
right,
Yes.
how according to you has the government responded to the ongoing situation so far, and what further actions are needed to promote peace and stability on the ground?
See, there are so many laws which have been passed by the
Yeah.
parliament, by the even the ARC, Administrative Reforms Commission, or and then there are so many
Yeah.
other national and even in the state that has not been implemented. Even the sixth schedule is a nationally kind of approved mechanism for protection of the tribals that has not been done in Manipur. So there are blatant misuse of the law and also disregard for the tribal rights. Now, uh, the question that you raise, right? If the people in power had been genuinely concerned about the peace, about people, there won't be any misunderstanding between people. So that is where we are at this point, right?
Yeah. And these
Constitution.
shutdown, yeah, yeah, and these shutdowns, there have been some efforts made by the security agencies. There has been some sort of a decrease in the violence, but
See, you're
it
asking
has
about the
not
government.
ended.
The moment I, Jafar, you're asking about what the government has done.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't even want to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about it. That's why I simply ignore your questions because there's nothing to talk about it. Kya kiya? Kiya to kuch hai nahi. The prime minister hasn't spoken. The home minister came. He said, "हम लोग तो, we are not doing anything. We are not the ones fighting the meiteis. We are being attacked." He said, "You guys, please maintain peace for 15 days. 15 days maybe हम लोग मर रहे थे. Now, even after 15 days, 6 months have passed. So helicopter दिया तो कहाँ दिया भाई? The prime minister hasn't spoken.
yeah,
If he had spoken, he's more concerned about the image of India than the people of Manipur. So, in some sense, yes, both the Meitei public and the Kukis have suffered. But who has disproportionately suffered? That is clear for everyone to see. Now, the question that I'm raising to the government of India is, if you were genuine about your concerns for the people of Manipur and had constituted the peace committee, if they were herders, it is up to you as a sovereign country and as somebody who should be concerned about your people to reconstitute the committee acceptable to all the people. They didn't do that. Once there was a roadblock, they ran away from it. Now, if you ask the prime minister of the country, he says, Amit ji dekh raha hai. Amit ji aake, he promised to come back. He never come back. Forget about meiteis or cookies. The problem of Manipur can only be defined in one word. Meiteis. Meiteis were the glue that holds Manipur. The moment they forget that they were the glue that holds Manipur and think only of Meitei interests, that's when these things, we became the cookies who our forefathers had protected their kings, helped them govern the state, had become a problem, right? So we owned the land and they wanted the land, so we became a problem. So they had to cleanse us out of our land. That is it. Now my Meitei brothers have to wake up. There are playing bigger play. That means there are bigger play, like maybe crony capitalism is one, maybe resources which are there in our lands are more important to the government that be rather than the people. So Meiteis also need to wake up. But
right. So,
if you keep
so,
on killing us, if you keep on attacking us, probably we'll have to come and look you, right? You know what come and look
so
is?
you say that the government has not done anything, but according to you, the solution, the proposals, have you put them across to the concerned people? Have they been discussed with the government officers and the state government to try and come to some sort of a resolution? And how has been the response so far? Yeah, can you hear us? Yeah, can you hear us, sir? Should I repeat my question?
Please go ahead.
I was saying that you say the government has not
Can you
done
give me
much.
your Wi-Fi?
It's been months since the situation in Manipur has been developing. Although there has been violence has decreased, but I was saying that the steps, the proposals that you have put across to the government, have you done them in the first place, and how has been the government response so far?
Show me. Don't, not enough. Just show me what's there. Chalo. ये चलने
Okay,
and give
we seem
interview.
to have some problem with the line there, but
Okay,
uh,
Jafar,
but
just
yeah.
wait. You change it to a simple word. Let me try to change.
Okay. A quick recap for our viewers that there have been a fresh incident of violence in Manipur. Two individuals have been killed. They were traveling in a vehicle which was fired upon, and they were killed. Now the Kuki groups are blaming it on Meitei insurgents. Remember, there is an ongoing conflict in Manipur for many months. Many people have died. Thousands have been displaced, and the situation continues to simmer on the ground. The state has been on the edge. We have established a contact again with our guest. I was just asking that the points that you raised, the government has not really come up to the expectations. It hasn't done much according to you. But have you given some proposals to the government, and how has been the response of the government to those proposals so far? Can you hear my question? Okay, we seem to be having some problem with the line there, but clearly you can see from those visuals, these are the two people who were killed. They were fired upon when they were traveling in a vehicle, and what followed was a shutdown call, an emergency shutdown call for 48 hours by the Kuki groups. Can you hear us now, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was saying, let me repeat the question. I was saying that you said the government has not done much on the ground for the resolution of this problem. But have you put across some proposals from your end to the government, and how has been the response so far?
Jafar, this situation has kind of, pushed the cookies to the limit, right? So we had, through the SO groups, put a point of view across to the government of India that we need
Yeah.
to be protected. The state is complicit in attacking us, and we need to have a separate place where we can call home, right? You can't call a home or you can't call a place your state when you'll be lynched on the road and when you're killed.
Yeah.
Our women are being
Yeah.
raped, our sisters are being raped. Even my own nephew is being burned. His mother is a meitei. He's 7 years old. So when you are faced with a situation, what do, Mr. Jafar? You have to first save your life. Cookies demand for a state or a
Right.
separate UT, you know, within the Constitution of India is to protect their lives and so that they have some semblance of, you know, a future. So that is what the cookies are demanding. The government has been talking to the SO groups. Maybe it's
Right.
time that people talk to them directly. But then as of now, leaving it to the SO groups, we hope the government of India listens to our cries and respond accordingly because we are citizens of India and our forefathers have fought for this country, bled for this country. And we are one of the few tribes who fought the British for
Right.
3 years. Now, even our history is
Right.
being denied. Even our history is being denied. That's
Right.
how you do genocide. First, you'll deny their existence, their history, then you suppress their voice, and then the final solution
Right.
is you eliminate them.
you know you
That
know
is
you,
exactly
you
what's
know
happening.
we can only hope that the situation improves soon in Manipur. It's been several months we have been tracking this situation in Manipur. Of course, things, violence seem to have come down, but there are these incidents which remind that peace has just not returned. But thanks so much, Len Chengloi, for
Have
joining
come
us
down because
today.
they're not attacking us. But then
Yeah, yes, we hope that the situation improves. It's, of course, the collective responsibility of everybody to play a part for improvement of the situation on the ground. But for now, we'll have to leave it here. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for watching the Mojo Story.
Mojo Story has
and
always made a
by the way,
commitment to its
Jafar, we
viewers
don't
to
hate the
go to where the
Meiteis, okay?
story is. And
But
as you can see here, we are at the epicenter of the Israel war on Gaza. We are right at the front line, about 1 mile from the Gaza Strip, as the Israeli military gets ready with its tanks and its gunners to begin its final frontal assault that will take troops into Gaza. As we said, we are not like other organizations. We believe in giving you all sides of the story objectively and as much as possible from the ground. And that's exactly what we're doing here, covering the biggest global story today from the epicenter of the war zone. So please, we need your support. Support us, become a Mojo member, subscribe to us, spread the word, and thank you for your support.